So, Adrian, guess what? I found something that's like a total game changer. You're going to love this one. Ready?
Oh, Anna, I'm always ready. What have you got? Lay it on me.
All right, today's episode is all about the EU's draft AI regulations. It's called the First Draft General Purpose AI Code of Practice. Doesn't that sound like really official and kind of intimidating?
Totally official, but also super important. Like Anna, this is the first big, coordinated attempt to regulate general-purpose AI. Stuff like ChatGPT, image generators, all those systems we use but don't always think about how they're built.
Oh yeah, I mean, we use these tools every day, but we barely stop to ask like, what's going on behind the curtain? Okay, so tell me what's in this draft. What's the EU trying to do?
Okay, so here's the gist. The EU wants to make AI safer, more transparent, and, fair for everyone. The framework is all about making companies responsible for their AI systems. So they have to prove their tech isn't going to cause harm before it even hits the market.
That sounds ambitious. Like, I get the idea, but how do they actually enforce that? Are there like fines or what happens if a company doesn't follow the rules?
Yeah, good question. So the draft includes pretty strict penalties. Companies that don't comply could face massive fines, like up to 6% of their global revenue. It's serious. And they're also introducing audits, so regulators can check if companies are playing by the rules.
Whoa. Okay, 6% of global revenue. That's huge. But do we know what kind of rules they're actually talking about? Like, what do companies have to do to stay compliant?
Yeah, so there are a few big ones. First, they have to conduct risk assessments. That means identifying any potential harms their AI could cause, like discrimination, misinformation, stuff like that. Second, transparency is key. Companies need to explain, how their AI systems work and what data they're using. And lastly, there's a focus on human oversight. They want to make sure humans are always in control, especially for high-risk applications.
High risk applications, like what? Are we talking about things like self driving cars, or is it more about, I don't know, financial systems?
Both, actually. Anything that could seriously impact people's lives falls into that category. So, yeah, self-driving cars, healthcare tools, hiring algorithms. Oh, and even social media, AI, like the kind that decides what content you see.
Oh, wow. I hadn't even thought about that last one. I mean, I guess it makes sense, right? If AI is controlling what information people see, it could totally shape opinions or even elections.
Exactly. That's one of the biggest concerns. Misinformation, manipulation, those are real risks. And, the EU's trying to get ahead of that with this framework. They're saying, let's not wait for a disaster to happen.
Right, like prevention instead of damage control. Makes sense. But Adrian, let me ask, what about innovation? I mean, if companies have to jump through all these hoops, won't that like slow things down?
Yeah, that's a big debate. Some people do worry about stifling innovation. But the EU's argument is, if you don't regulate, the risks could be even worse. And honestly, Anna, a lot of companies actually support this. They're saying we need clear rules so we know what's okay and what's not.
Huh, that's interesting. So it's not just about stopping bad stuff, it's also giving companies like a roadmap to follow.
Exactly. And honestly, the EU's framework could become a global standard. I mean, if you're a big tech company, it's easier to follow one set of rules everywhere than to build different systems for different countries.
Oh, so this isn't just about Europe, it could affect like everyone?
Totally. Think about it. If you're a US-based company, but your AI system is used in Europe, you've got to comply with these rules. And once you do that, why not just apply the same standards everywhere?
That's kind of brilliant, actually. Okay, before we wrap up, tell me, what's the one thing people should know about this framework, like the big takeaway?
Hmm. I'd say it's this. The EU is saying, I should be a tool for good, not harm. They're putting people first, making sure the tech works for us, not the other way around. And that's a message I think the whole world can get behind.
Wow, that's really powerful. All right, Adrian, thanks for breaking it all down. This was so eye opening.
Anytime, Anna. You know I love geeking out over this stuff. And hey, we're just getting started with topics like this on AI Explorers.
Oh, definitely. All right, folks, that's it for today. If you love this deep dive, make sure to subscribe to AI Explorers. And hey, share it with your friends. Spread the word.
Yep, and we'll be back soon with another big topic. See ya next time.
Bye, everyone.